participate in these sessions and you don't work with me, your case and your services can be interrupted.
I have not done anything not to work with you. I've complied on everything you've ever asked me to. But the thing is, you don't have the authority to tell me what to do at school. Only the school does.
Then let's comply. Then continue to comply with...
The school hasn't made any requests for me to comply to.
I am telling you...
You don't have the authority to tell me what to do at school.
I'm telling you about this program.
You have the authority...
I'm saying to you, based off the email correspondence that we have had and your communications with me, that they are inappropriate. And moving forward...
You know what? If you were completely innocent and you're being slandered and called threatening, then you would get pretty pissed off too. But the fact that you refuse to...
I, however, would not resort to email correspondence that's threatening.
There's not a...
For example, you sound like a man blaming a rape victim for the clothes she was wearing when she was raped, and then you have the gall and audacity to make threats to take away my benefits, simply not allowing this abuse.
That's a very accurate analysis of the situation.
That is why we are going to get... That is not.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely... No, sir. It is not. That would not be acceptable in an employment setting.
So you're blaming me for something that I had no control over and didn't do, and you're saying it's my fault. So that is pretty accurate of...
You're not seeming to be you're not seeming to be cooperative when I'm asking you to acknowledge the fact that your correspondence is unacceptable and inappropriate. When we have conflict in life, which we always do, Shane, right? Conflict is part of life. If you don't use appropriate conflict resolution skills...
Oh, I did. I was absolutely polite with you every step of the way, and it wasn't until you told me that if I came up with a reasonable argument for the computer that I would be able to get it, and I did. The owner of the school came up with a reasonable argument to get it, and then you like, oh, you don't need the computer after all. So, you know what, when you sit here and you screw me over and over again, and you expect me to act like a freaking bunny rabbit, like, it's absolutely unthinkable.
You've been provided the appellate rights to appeal that decision with your proof. You have the right to do that. So you were provided with my determination, and I provided evidence to substantiate.
No, you didn't. You haven't provided evidence of anything.
It
you just
isn't my case. So my point is that you've been provided with your rights to appeal any decision. However, because you were in a situation where you now had something that you disagreed with, and it created conflict,
yes,
how you elected to react to that is now the concern. Because your position is, well, you didn't give me my computer, and now there's conflict. So
Did you know that my school...
Because there's conflict, I'm allowed to talk to you however I want to talk.
Did you know that my school dropped me from the course because I didn't have a Mac computer? Because you said I didn't need one, but the school dropped me from the course because I didn't get it. So don't tell me that you came up with reasonable evidence that I need one, because the school dropped me from the course because I didn't have the necessary gear to take it.
Attendance issues. You've been dropped because of attendance issues.
No, okay.
Consistently, that's the other issue. The school has communicated that you've been dropped from your courses because of attendance issues.
Listen, okay. They sent me a schedule saying my class schedule. I went to the classes that my schedule told me to go to. The school didn't change my course to the other course until after I had already missed 2 courses. So I have proof that I was enrolled in the course that I showed up to. The school changed the course on me and literally screwed me. I have proof of this. I have evidence that I was enrolled in the course online because I took a screenshot of my online schedule. So it showed that the school had me enrolled in the course. And I have a copy of the schedule that the school actually sent me. So the school didn't change my class to the other class until after I had missed over 2 days. They never once told me I was in the class. So my attendance issues was their fault.
In those 2 days?
Huh?
Did you miss more classes than those 2 days?
No. Those are the only
You
two.
attended all the classes
Yes.
after that?
Yes. I have not missed a single class. I have not been late to a single class.
And that was for this term?
Yes, but they did the similar stuff last term as well because Candace Freeman likes screwing with me. Non-stop. Like, the school owes me thousands of dollars and they refuse to give it to me. I filed a...
How do they owe you thousands of dollars?
Because of classes that I had, in order to get into the school term, I had to pay up front to reserve my spots. Well, then the VA took over, and so the VA paid for the classes. So the school owes me money that I've paid. So they owe me thousands of dollars, and so I filed a complaint against them about the thousands of dollars, and then the next day, they told you I was threatening with a knife. So they, Candace Freeman, she hasn't answered my phone call since April 14th. She refuses to answer my calls. She refuses to call me back. She constantly changes my schedule without permission by violating the school policies so that I don't even ever know what my classes are because she changes them so frequently during the middle of the course after they've been certified. This woman screws with me constantly. So she literally abuses me, and you're telling me that this is all my fault when this is all retribution because they won't stop screwing with me. Like, they denied me the ability to even have a service dog, my registered service dog. So when I have chronic rhinitis, I have medications for my chronic rhinitis. I've showed it to them, and they, even during the winter, they make me go outside to even blow my nose. Like, it's a constant discrimination against me. So when I said that you should pick the right side, there is a right and wrong side here, and it's not theirs.
So my position in all of this, Shane, is to remain objective.
Which you haven't done.
I am. I
So
absolutely am.
How is it objective if I send you evidence of that is completely contrary to what they're saying, and you still choose not to believe it? I mean, hell, you didn't even believe me that I was on the video conversation. I had to argue with you about my own identity because you're so biased against me that you're not even intelligent enough to freaking realize that when I'm telling you.
There was no argument, right? There was a third party that was in there as well. Your father, as I've mentioned.
Yes, but you specifically said I wasn't at the appointment. And I'm like, yes, I was. I was in the suit and tie. And you're like, no, you weren't in the appointment. And I'm like, yes, I was in the suit and tie. So the fact that you're so biased against me that you won't even believe me when we're face to face that I am even me.
I'm following facts right now, right? So the facts.
My face is a fact.
Here's the facts. Facts are this. Facts are this.
Okay, let's hear these facts.
Facts are, I received correspondence from the Portland Fashion Institute.
Now the question is, are they continuing to tell you that I'm threatening them?
I received correspondence.
Are they continuing to tell you
that
you have no choice but to provide me with the complaints because I have the right to face my accuser?
You are more than welcome to do a FOIA request and request my records.
Why can't you just tell me?
My obligation in this process is to explain to you that it has come from the teachers and students that there is concern.
No teachers and students. The day that I supposedly...
You might think that, but it might be a different perspective from other individuals.
On the day that I supposedly threatened them, I brought in hundreds of dollars worth of fabric and donated it to the school and the students. The teacher, I have her on record saying how she had no problem staying after school alone with me. I have the teacher on voice record talking about saying I wasn't a threat. So you sitting here talking about your facts are bullshit. I have evidence to the contrary, and you still won't listen because evidence isn't your thing.
Okay, Shane. I've gone over the extended evaluation. I'm looking forward to having you participate in a psychological evaluation. I'm looking forward to getting you set up for some counseling in addition to your medication management.
I was doing completely fine until this. No issues.
Right.
And I'm still fine.
We're going to get you set up with some counseling. We're going to get you set up with a psychological evaluation. We're going to allow you to go to training. We'll work with the school to make sure that there's no confusion in reference to what equipment you may or may not bring onto campus.
I still want you to send me the knife policy, not something you type up. You actually have to show me the location on the school website. Because if you're trying to enforce a rule that doesn't exist, then you cannot strip me of my rights.
I'm not stripping you of your rights.
You just told me you're suspending me.
No, sir.
Yes, you did.
I said if you didn't participate in this meeting today, and if you don't sign the extended evaluation, then yes, your case will be interrupted. You've participated in the meeting today. Now you're going to get a plan that's going to require your signature, and that's where I'm going to work with VHA to get you set up with a psychological evaluation.
I have an appointment with my my psychiatrist on the 26th. So why don't you contact them and have him do the psych eval?
So we're going to have a window of time, right? So you're going to meet with your psychiatrist.
I have a meeting on the 26th.
I know, but you're going to be meeting with him more than just the 26th, right? So we're going to do the extended evaluation, and I'll email you this plan, and then I'll send him a referral. And in that referral, it will be for a psychological evaluation. I will send another referral, and that referral will go to your psychiatrist in the VHA, and that will request that you're able to get counseling in addition to your medication management. And then we'll also do the training at a half-time capacity. And if we need to have